Okay, hello YouTube viewers. This is elfenliedtopfan5, and today I want to go through how to do the idle, the ADS, and depending on how I'm doing for time, reload on a gun. Well, feline from Crysis 3. I've been doing this, God knows how long I've been trying to get this to work, and thanks to Pork Royals, I managed to get the ADS working. So I decided to scrap the whole one that I have and redo it using that method. So a big thank you to him. Also, I will be start doing Black Ops 2 guns live streamed as well from the anims I got from Tom. Thanks to Tom for that. And I think that covers more or less every thing. Anyway, moving back on with the thingy, I don't know. I might come across something else I think of halfway through. Usually do. Talk general gibberish usually. Right. I'm assuming that you know how to rig a gun and all that sort of stuff. If you don't, there's another video that I had that I actually failed on doing, but I got it all. It was all went horribly wrong, and that is annoying. Okay, there's no. Okay, that's gonna annoy me. But oh well, that's life. And all that's life is. So, once you've added it in, you go down to your J gun and push W, which is a shortcut to the move tool, and move it into the position you wish. Alt and left clickers to move around in the Maya thing. Don't know why I'm teaching you Maya. This is not meant to be a Maya tutorial, but yeah, nonetheless. Sort of, I like to line it up perfectly, or try to get it perfectly in the box. Forward slightly, there's a reason I'm doing that. When you've got it into your position, don't push S because you will destroy J gun. Once you've got the gun in, your hands ready, I'm going to show you how to parent them. I parented one of them already, so when you move your finger and move the hand and the usually the controller, two hands and the gun usually, but I haven't got round yet to parenting this one because I wanted to leave that for this tutorial. Same with the gun. So once you've got your gun in and you're ready to parent the hands, you click the little, I'm just going to call it the squiggly line. I don't actually know what it's called. I assume it's a hand controller. What is it actually called? Yeah, hand to gun controller, which is the little squiggly lines, and then you select the square box around the hands, which is the IK global hand right controller. Ask me why it's called global, don't know. And then you go to constraint. If you can't find constraint, it's probably because you're on polygons. So if you go from polygons to animation, you will find constraint. If you go to constraint and then parent, that will parent the this hand to the controller on the gun. So if you move it, they will move both hands. Now the only thing that's left to do now is the gun, and there's loads of ways of doing it. I usually like to click. If you go into the 4th view, it puts it into wired. And I usually like to click this little joint down here, which is the tag weapon joint. If you go through it all, there's your tag weapon. And I usually just like to push the middle mouse button on and drag J gun into tag weapon, which would automatically pull it so it all moves now, as you can see. Right, now with everything attached, I don't know if you're meant to do this, but I do. Even though it's parented, I go to joint. What's it? I go to frame 1, and with the hand gun controller, I click S on one side, only the side that you're going to do the animating on, which is, if you look through the camera, you only ever usually see the left side of the gun anyway. You won't see it properly, but you'll only see the left hand side of the gun. So you really don't want your controller to be moving, your hand to be moving with the controller. So if you go to select your controller and push S, which is the shortcut key to make a keyframe. And now if you move it, it will still move the gun, but if you click, sorry, my bad. See, told you I'd fail. If you click the little square box and push S, that sort of removes it from this. So when you move your gun around, it'll still move the other hand, but it won't move this hand with. So you can do your like standard animating with this hand, which is what you're going to do anyway. So once you've got it to a stage that you like, I'm going to just go back to mine to just see who's watching and if anyone's leaving comments and that. Okay, right, minimise that now. Okay, so once you've got to this stage, you select your gun controller just to make sure, yeah. Right, then you start doing your idle position. Now, everything stems from idle. So you've got to get your controller in the right position, your gun in the right position by using the depth mesh camera. Now, something you will find out, the depth mesh camera isn't, and I'll repeat that again, isn't like perfect to the game. It's just a reference on what it should look like in game. So I usually put it up, push it up, because I did watch back in the day Tom's tutorials on how to do this, and you've got to get it. See, that's way too high. About there, shift for size. You want to get it. It doesn't really matter how far that goes. Just need to get it. So let's have a look at that. Because when you, yeah, that looks pretty good. When you get, oh, actually, I'll bring it up slightly a little bit more. That's pretty good. You won't usually 90% of the time, depending on how long you've been animating, you will not get the gun to the idle position the first time you do it. You'll have to go around and edit it to your liking afterwards. That's why I always compile after doing idle, just to make sure it looks in the right spot and the gun doesn't look too high up or too to the left or too to the right, etc. So now we've done the gun. Oh, actually, you might want to keyframe that. Once you've moved anything, if you move it to there, you've got to push S on the keyboard, and it will put a little red mark there, which is indicating a keyframe, so it would stay in that position. Now it just goes by putting the hands in the right positions. Now, as you can see, if you move the hands to actually, no, that's not bad. I was expecting it to be really stretchy, but it's not, so it's not too bad actually. Sort of, okay, let me go through what I'm doing. The shortcut keys is W is to move the hand, E is to rotate, and R is to scale, but you won't need scale in this. It'd be basically we're switching between E and no, W and E. That'll literally be your two favourite shortcuts on this, and you just get it to a position that you want. Now, just to let you all know, idle does take me a while because I like to try getting at least idle perfect and same with the ADS, which I always had trouble with. Once you've got it to a position that you want, remember to always push S, or otherwise when you get into game, your hand movements won't be the same. Now, as you can see, I want it to go a bit further this way, and as you can see, it's stretching the arm fully out. So to sort that out, you hit this little person here, the little square box. Now, be careful where you move it and how you move it and what you move it to, because in game, sometimes if you don't move it right or move it to the wrong area, it will show like the side of the shoulder. So you want to try getting it to an area that it won't do that. And then, as you can see now, the elbow is pointing, and it doesn't look very well. You won't be able to bend your hand like that in real life, or if you can, then you've got serious issues. But so what you want to do is, well, it won't be comfortable if you bend your hand like that anyway. But down here there is two little, down here, which is the rotation of the elbow. So if I push this out this way, now that looks a lot more realistic. So you put an S on that to keyframe the area that the default position default position that you wish, and then you would go and move your arm to where you want it, like so. And I'm going to have my arm roughly about here because I reckon that's precise. And when you get it into the position that you want, never mind about it going through the gun and stuff like that. I'm about to show you how to sort all that out. So you've got it into a position that you want, about there. Bring it down slightly. That. Well, I've explained all these bits again, so I won't explain it again what I'm doing, because you should know now. I've just explained. Yeah, that looks alright. Let's push S on that, and now what you do, as you can see here, there is a load of things and a load of like joints and stuff. Now by default, Call of Duty get rid of the rig joints, which is what you need here. So if you click, make sure that's V, and make sure it's nothing here is on like R, which is short for reference mode, which means you can't actually edit it. I have to sort that out in a minute. And once you've got all the little square things, now there's usually 3 on each one, and it's finding them sometimes can be difficult. So what you want to do is, this one I know because I've been animating for a while, is the thumb joint. Now if I move this around, it'll move just the thumb, as you can see. So what I want to do is get the thumb into an area where it looks sort of realistic, like that. Push S, and then you go to the other one, and this one only allows you to rotate. It doesn't allow you to move the joints, it only allows you to rotate. And you just rotate it to a position that you wish, and sort of kind of like that. Yeah, there you go. That looks pretty good. Now as you can see, it's not showing properly, and it's obviously, if I did that in game, you'd see a massive gap which wouldn't look realistic. So you select this boy again and sort of push it into, well, you would want to push it in so you don't see anything, but you would want to rearrange the thumb a little bit more so it's not in the gun sort of thing. Sometimes it's alright if you're having issues to have it in the gun, but majority of the time it doesn't look good. So you just want to make sure it's not in the gun, but you can't see a hole through it, obviously, because that will not look good. Sometimes, most cases, you do have to sort of mess around with things. What if I just oh crap, wasn't going to do that. That'll do. Now, most people say it doesn't really matter this side because you will not see it, and chances are it doesn't matter this side, but I still like to do it. Actually, no, I won't do it for the sake of but it's exactly the same way. There, 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 and there are all the main joints for the finger movements, and then obviously like the middle ones just bends it back and forward and shit like so. So it's exactly the same as with the thumb, really, but you don't really need to do it, because when you pull this gun up for a reload, with the hand being on default thing this side, it doesn't really matter because you can go straight to the clip then, and no one's going to see it. I will, by the end of this tutorial, or by when I actually finish doing it, I will actually mess around with these. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to show you how to do this side. And then once you've done that, you go to your other little one, which is going to be a trigger. So if I get this one in, this boy into position, and just check the thingy before I start, in case someone's got any questions. Which it doesn't appear so. Yep. So what you want to do is sort of pull it in like that. Kind of in like that. you want it so you can see the finger for the other side. Doesn't matter if it's all inside the gun at the moment, because like same thing with other things, you're not actually going to see. Just want to make sure it looks legit. That should be, yeah, that looks fine to me. So what we're going to do now is S on that. And once you've done that, you sort of mess around with this thumb here. Just got to get the thumb to look sort of like it would if you were really holding a gun. Like you'll... Okay. That looks to the best. Yep. And then obviously I'm going to still mess around with these just a little bit to get it to look. There you go. See, that's how it would. That's how it would actually look. Yep, that looks good. So we would now move on to this boy here, and usually if you position it right at the start first, you can just go like that and bend it round like that. So you can just sometimes, depending on what kind of gun you're doing, you can animate it so it sort of does that, but majority of the time you won't see it, depending on what kind of gun it is. If it's a smallish gun, it'd be great to do something like that, but some of the time, like this gun, it's quite a lot, it's on the larger side, so you won't see it. So you'll see it when it reloads, so you can do some animating then of it coming off the trigger maybe, which would probably be good. So now I'm going to go and go to rotate these into nicely, and majority of the time these are actually, all you've got to do is move them slightly. Some guns you don't, so don't take my word for that. If you want to make it look absolutely perfect, you would spend a lot more time on it than I am. A hell of a lot more time. But I want to get ADS in as well, so there you go. And then you'll do the pinky and the brain. But okay. And I don't know why, but that is really bugging me, because I've got everything more or less perfect bar that little fingertip, which I want to go around a little bit more around that. So I'm going to sort of select him, come back slightly, sort of put him across the thumb like that. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Cool. So that would be quite a successful idle, I reckon. If I look into here, perspective and depth mesh camera, that looks like a good idle. In my own personal opinion, I don't know what you lot think, but that looks like a good idle. Now, before I go into the animation part, in game it is going to look strange. It's going to look nothing like it does in the camera at the moment, and it will only look like it does in the camera when you do the ADS. When you do the ADS, it pushes the gun back, so this is how it will look in the depth mesh camera once you've done the ADS. It looks quite legit to its thingy. So I will show you what it looked like in game. It won't look good now, but it will look, or it should look good afterwards. So what I'm going to do, you'll see what I mean at the end of the video. You'll know what I mean. So you go to, yours would be Call of Duty World at War. I changed mine to elfenliedtopfan5. But go to Animation Exporter. Go to what's it? Add new entry. You click obviously entry 1. What your frames are. So mine was only on 1, so I'd go 1 to 1. Then I would name it. Now, with me, I have already done this, and I did not delete. Purposely did not delete the oh, whoops. I personally didn't delete, or purposely didn't delete the feline ones, so I could just go like that and go boom. Yes. And now you would, now to explore it, the idle would be, you would scroll down until you find this boy. Death mesh skeleton. You would select him and right click, go to select set members, and that will select everything that you've just messed around with. And then you'll go into tag weapon, and it doesn't select your J-gun, so you have to go into tag weapon and then manually select everything that you have in your J-gun, like so. And then you would go to set exports, select export nodes, like so, and then go to export selected entities and push cancel export. And always remember to save this. So if you don't save it, it will fuck up, trust me. So I want to name this one obviously feline animations, and then you'll have to do the same thing over again. So select set members, again. As you can tell, I've done this quite a few times. Okay, so once you've done that, select set. Okay, that was new. There you go. So you would say, it would ask now, do you want to save it to animations MB, which would be what you've just created, and you click yes. It would do, and then if it's done, it say here, successfully exported, here. Now you're not done yet. You've done your animation, now you need to do your animated model, which is basically, I don't know what that does, but it's required for the gun not to mess up. So you go to model exporter, add new entry, select the entry one, force export on selected joints, and then you'd go down and you'll name this one something else. That'd be there you go, feline animated model. Now you would do the same thing you just did. Right click, set members, select your J-gun, your tag clip, all that sort of stuff. And then the only difference with this one is you select one mesh. So, okay, so I want to go into perspective view for one and select an arm. There you go, that's the mesh of the arm. You put set export, select exports, export selected entities, and click yes. And that's your animated model for the gun. Now I'm going to export this and I want to show you what it looks like in game. So you would open up a version of Assman now. And I've always wanted to say this. Here's one I made earlier. So you would go to your idle. You would select your idle that you just created. Obviously mine was named the same thing because I had it named. And then you would select your animated model. So I want to go and select that now. Feline animated model. Select yes. And then export that. And it would come up with this. Don't worry about that. Doesn't matter about that at the top. As long as it's got this little bit at the bottom, it's alright. Now I'm going to change the animated model for all of these. I'm not going to export them though. But actually I am going to export them, and there's a reason for that. Because if you open it up in game, actually what I'm going to do is something I don't usually do, but I'm going to do it. Where I've done some changes to things, I've got feline alpha lead, there you are. So what I want to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to remove the ADS from this because it will mess up the gun in game. So what I'm going to do is find the Thompson, because that's what this weapon file is that I'm editing. Copy the ADS and then go up to go down to the, and then sort of copy that there, copy it there as well, and change it up to down obviously, and then PC convert it. So that edit set. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything in this, and I'm going to open up, what's it, 1, 2, 3. Now there is a reason I'm doing 3. One, we need to go to, at the moment now, you need to go to your mods folder, which I don't know why I went all the way down there. So you go to your mods folder. No, your Call of Duty root, raw, and then your weapons. Go to SP, and then there is your new generated one. So you would copy that, and this is the reason I said I'm opening up 2. So I'm going to go onto this one now, and I'm going to open up the same directory, except this time, sorry, not the same directory, I'm going to open up Call of Duty mods, my map name, and weapons, SP, and then I'm going to paste that into here, overwriting the other one. And now what I will do, I will sort of hit the OK key on that, minimize that, and I will go to what I've just done. And I'll clear the console, and I would do my mod builder. So I'd click build mods, and I let it go through this, and then when in game you can test it. Now it is, like I said, trial and error, a lot of it, but well, actually the ADS is more trial and error, but it's when you get it perfectly working, it's good, and it does look good, and it's definitely worth it. So I will show you once it's all done what it looks like inside game. Bearing in mind, I've done this before, so you'd have to make your weapon file, which I must ask this to be a lot simpler way, which I didn't explain, which I should have explained a second ago. If you go into Call of Duty, World at War, source data, and find weapon settings.gdt, that's all your default World at War weapons. So I use the FAMAS, obviously. So not the FAMAS, I use the Thompson as a reference. So I would select the Thompson and just put copy entry and name it, obviously, your name, and then you replace the things with like feline and stuff like that, like I just did, and then compile it, and then push please convert, change it from, take it from raw and pull it into your map name, and then you would like select it in the, you would select the gun in your it's in here somewhere. There you go. You would select that, and then you would obviously add your images across and tick all your images for it, and then if need be, you would need to obviously X model, and then your what you exported your so when you exported your feline X model, you would put X model and then the name that you named the gun when you exported it in ASMAN, basically. So if I went to X model now, feline view is obviously the X model, so in here I'd put X model feline view. Hopefully that's understandable. And then I'll open up this game, push no to that. Now, excuse the device thing, I still haven't got around to sorting out my thingy again after the but and now I need to sort out that loading screen again. Right. Okay, so now I want to go up here. My little testing area where no zombies come. Okay, so what I want to do is and there is might need to come in slightly a little bit. Actually, no, that does look pretty good the way it is. That does look pretty good. Now, like I said, it looks bad now, but when you do the ADS, it won't. But that is obviously the ADS doesn't work and shit like that. But whatchamacallit, that is your gun. As you can see, with the running, you can see the side of the hand, so I'd need to move that around. But that is how you'd get an idle in. You'd obviously work on it a little bit more. With me already, I'm thinking I want to move it over slightly a little bit more. So I'm going to do that quickly. But once you've done the idle and you've got it set up to the way you wish, you literally just select your gun controller, and I'm going to try and select the both of them and try moving it simultaneously at the same time, but they don't usually work like that, see. So I'm going to move it just across a little bit. Okay, for some unknown apparent reason. Oh, I know why that is. Damn it, because I didn't use that one, I used that one. Damn it. You would use this one and it would move. I'm such an idiot. But okay, so what I'm going to do is obviously move the gun controller like that across a little bit, because I said I wanted it moved across slightly, which if I go into depth mesh camera, we'll bring it to about there. Yep, that would looks okay. So go to depth mesh, go back to perspective, and you just literally line your hands back up with it like that, and same with this hand. So you would S that when you've lined it up, and you would add that across in, and S that. And of course now I'm gonna, obviously I saw the error in there, so I'm gonna move this across for one. I'm gonna S that, and I'm gonna move this down slightly and push S on that, because obviously you saw when you run it you could see it, so you don't want to see that. Now I'm going to try something that I really shouldn't try, but I'm going to try it. Constrain, remove target. So now if I do that, would it? Well, it's worth a try. I thought it might have, but I best put it back to normal actually. Okay, so obviously as you can see, oh wow, it works now. What the fuck? Really? Sweet. Not gonna complain. And obviously when you go on your idle, you really do want to save it. So save scene, it should automatically save anyway. And I've changed it around, so yeah, so I moved it across. So now what I want to do is just keep repeating the process. So I want to set the select members, obviously select all the stuff that I did beforehand. Don't need to do the animated model again. Once you've done it the first time, you shouldn't need to do it again. Sometimes it does require it, sometimes it doesn't, but see, and this is what happens if you do it and you don't. See, this is what happens when you do it and it yep. I'm gonna S that now. See, I didn't obviously. I forgot to push S on that, so at the time it didn't work. So I have to obviously go through this again. Select set members. Right click, tag release, export select nodes, export selected, and yes. Now I'm gonna once done that, literally where you've added all the stuff in, it is literally as simple as going back and going back into the one that you've just created, which is the feline, going to the X anims, going to idle and push your PC convert current asset only, and then go to this, clear console and build mod. That is simply as easy as it gets once it's created and set up. And is anyone actually watching this other than me? No. So, nonetheless, I said it's just a long process on doing this. But if you like this, and these kind of tutorials, do leave a comment in the description, and I will yeah, do leave a comment, and I will start making more of them if that's what people like. I try to explain it the best I possibly can. I'm still new to animating myself, so but I know enough to, I reckon, to do a tutorial video. So okay, I'm now gonna okay, this time I like it. Yeah, as you can see, it for some reason, yeah, it's pretty bare. Right, okay, so now we're going to move on to ADS. Actually, yeah, we're going to move on to ADS. So, and you'll see what the idle really looks like after you've done the ADS. So, once you've done the ADS, you literally go into perspective depth mesh camera. That is your current state, your idle. So you will move on to 2 now, and if you're using the COD 4 rig, it is just tag ADS. If you're using the COD 5 rig, it will be the tag torso controller, which will move you around. See, and tag ADS will move you around in COD 4. Okay, so that's out of the way. Depth mesh camera. So with the COD 4, you can sort of use your scroll wheel to move back and forward, and when you've got the little cross, it means you're back to where you were. So I want to scroll back. Obviously push S to start with, because obviously it's in your idle position. So you're in ADS and you want to go to, like, I don't know, I'll go to usually 5, it doesn't really matter what, and then sort of line it up nicely. If that's actually smack on the middle, it's not, it needs to go. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to like this. That looks good, I like that. So push S. Now, as you can see, it's a bit far away. So you go into perspective view this time, sweep it round, and where it's in the middle, you just go and pull it back to as far as you think it should go. So I want to say there. Go back into perspective view, depth mesh camera view. Okay, that's a lot further back than I thought, actually. So push S and perspective, no, depth mesh. Yeah, I'm really got to be careful whereabouts I am when I do things like that. Let's see what that looks like. Depth mesh. It's just very slightly forward. Yeah, that'll do. So S. Now, once you've done that, that is your up. See? Now, once you've done that, you literally copy idle. Which I've said. Whoops. Just make sure. Yep. Copy idle. And go to I'll go to 8 and paste 8, and that's your down arrow. So go from there, and it goes down, up, and down. So once you've done that, you go to you add another 2 entries, 1, 2, entry 1 and entry 2 you want to select. You want to unselect idle. And then obviously we've started it from 2 and it goes to 5, so it's 2 to 5, and then from 5 to 8. Okay, and then you want to just select ADS, nothing else, and export select both of those two. You want to do that, and it should say prefix def mesh. Once you've done that, you want to go down to you want to go back into XAnim export. So all the way down to XAnim export, like so. And obviously I've got mine up and down, but you would add your own ones. So up and then down. So you got your up and your down, like so. And you obviously want to do the thing again. You want to select that, export, and then with everything selected, you've checked everything. Push run, export set entities, yes, and click yes. It will do the thing. It will say here, and then I will go back in to here and go into weapon settings first. Scroll down into ADS, and you want to obviously type in what you named it. And then like that. Then piece of fur, current asset only, and it'll do it again. And then you will go back into here. So I've also got my 2 SPs open. That's my raw weapons SP, and that's the one I have just done. If you click on it, obviously if you go back onto here, if you click on it, 15:59. Well, it's now gone up to 4 o'clock, but like I did it on 15:59. It's easy enough to do. Then you go to your mod tools, your weapons SP, and just paste it into here, and then copy it across like so. And then you go into your Maya scene. Oh, not your Maya scene, your feline GTT scene. You go for your up, and you do that. Then you do that, like so. There's your 2 ones that you've just done. Okay, and then you will minimize that, go back, clear console, build mod, and with all luck, it should work. So just have to wait for it to compile it. No, my luck, it probably won't now to annoy me, but it should do with any luck. And there you go. So you got that. Now you would run the map. So let it do its thing. as you can see, the guns move forward slightly. And there you go. That's your ADS that you've just created. Now the reload obviously doesn't work yet, but that's your ADS. Which is pretty good, all in all. But of course, the you need to do the reload, which I will probably do a separate video on. But that's your ADS sorted, and your idle position. As you can see, that looks pretty good for I don't know how long this has been, but not too long. But I hope this video has become is like worthy of a like and a subscribe. If you like what I do, please subscribe, and I will do more tutorials on it. As you can see, the sight is slightly white. I can show you quickly before I finish how to fix that, because I need to do it myself anyway, obviously. So if you do a sort of transparent background, you need to have the sight to work. So it helps to have the sight working. So if you go to material and you go to whatever you named yours, and I'm going to go to, it says model fun, but you want to go to world, or was it model one lit? Have I got model one lit? Yeah, model one lit. And then it's you leave exactly the same, everything else exactly the same. Don't worry about anything else. Like that. And you go into PC convert current asset only. Yeah, don't worry about the duplicates, they always come up in mine. As long as there's duplicate, it's alright. And then, as you can see, and now what I'm going to do is try to think what I was about to do. Oh yeah, go now. You're both in SP, but as you can see, I've now got to go to images because I've just created that new image. So I'd have to go to images, and that's just recite feline. Now I'll go to. I'm gonna just cheat this time. Go to model X. Oh, I don't know why I keep doing that. And then go to mods. Lead images and paste that into there, replacing the other one. Clear console, build mod. Let it build, and then hopefully you will. Oh, it's only come to about an hour. It's not too bad, roughly. So yeah. Hope you do all enjoy this, and hopefully this works, not to fail on me. But the reflex sight will be changed. I don't like that reflex sight, but it's legitly working and that sort of stuff. So it's just doing now the reload empty, the put away fast, and all that sort of stuff. The first raise, all that sort of stuff. But it's doing custom guns once you get the hang of it, and thanks to thanks to Pork Royals with the ADS, straight off it worked. So I've got a lot to thank him for. And with that, it's once you've got the grips of ADS will sometimes give you a bit of a sort of pain, but once you get to the grips of it, Jesus, it just makes animations so much easier. So now I'm going to go obviously up. Give myself the feline again, like so. And as you can see, well, you have to excuse the white bits. Obviously I used the masked bit in Photoshop, but there's your sight. And you have to excuse the gun reload, but if you exclude the gun reload and you wait a minute,
I hate you for hurting Fluffy.
as you can see, I want to sit there and kill a couple of zombies so you can fully see. But as you can see, the gun fully works. The ADS is literally exactly where the dot is. See? See what I mean? So look, if I sit there. Oh, it's double point. As you can see, if I aim for the head, I get the head. So once the reload is sorted, the custom gun will be more or less ready, and it is. Obviously, you can see I'm having great fun with just getting the ADS to work. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, rate and subscribe. Thank you very much. elfenliedtopfan5 out.